This episode of On the Line is presented to you by Living.fit, your one stop for all your fitness needs. Make sure you go download the app Living.fit today. Now here's the show. Welcome to On the Line. Today is Tuesday, August 16th. We got a very fun show today. We got Jared Flash Gordon on the show. Fun interview, great guy, one of the best stories in the game. Once we wrap up with our man, we dive on into our winners and losers for the week. We got our bonuses for the week for UFC San Diego. Rest in peace, Tom Cruise. That was a real fun. And then we just wrap up with some random other stuff like the return of Stephen A. Smith. Who is he? Him? I don't know. We're going to talk about it. But before you dive into that, listen on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Listen on Apple, Spotify, Deezer, Stitcher, any other podcasting platform. Hit that follow. Maybe leave your review. But without further ado, let's go on and dive on into Jared Gordon. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you've been sleeping in an altitude chamber? What
You
even?
want to see it? I'll show it to
Yeah,
you.
I want to see this thing.
All right. Well, first of all, this is like the machine right here. See this?
Yeah.
Well, it makes kind of like a lot of noise, so I keep it out here, and then it has like, see the tube on the floor?
Yeah.
It goes all the way into my room. It's kind of a mess, right? The bed's a mess, but this is like where it sits on top of my bed,
That's
and like the tube, if you see this thing, it like lets the air out of there. It's like hypoxic air. So, I mean, it says I'm sleeping at 10,000 feet above sea level, but it's pretty cool. It was
that
expensive.
is really cool. How long did it take you?
$3,000.
I was going to say, that thing looks like it's expensive as fuck. How long did it take
Yeah,
you
it's
to adjust
expensive.
to it? Like, really?
Well, you have to like go up slowly, like 4,000 feet, 5,000 feet till you get to 10. The worst part was my wife though. She's like, "What the fuck is this thing?" She comes home one day and she's like, "Jared, what the hell is this on the bed?" And I'm like, "Babe, we're sleeping in an altitude chamber. How cool is that?" She's like, "What? You gotta like unzip it and zip it every night." So she's like, she's sick of it. It's been 8 weeks. We got like tonight and Saturday night, and then she's like, "Listen, after the fight, you're taking this fucking thing off the bed." And I'm like, "No, we're sleeping in this shit every night."
If you win, you have to. Like, especially if you get a finish, like, you have to sleep in that thing forever until it's over.
Dude, I feel like I have an extra like 15% like gas tank though in my gas tank for sure.
Ooh.
Like I feel the difference.
Ooh, very interesting. Well,
It's like,
especially in Florida, it's gonna be weird when you get to Utah and like actually get to feel it. And you like
yeah,
actually see what it's like up there, like in real altitude, not the makeshift altitude.
yeah. See how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Might as well just use that and just kind of dive on into this thing. I mean, I messaged you to have you on the show before I even saw the video of you in Chicago. So let's just go on it right into this thing. Did the guy just try to beat you up just because you took a picture of his bumper sticker? Is that the
Dude,
facts?
so he's in the ATM drive-through, and we're walking by. We just came out of this restaurant. I forget what it was called. Some famous Italian restaurant has been there forever. And we're walking out, and I see this guy's bumper sticker. It says, "I love crack whores" on it. So I'm like, fuck, it's a great bumper sticker. In my head, I'm like, why would you put it on your car? And so I'm taking a video and I'm laughing. I'm like, look at this guy's bumper. And like, as I'm taping him, I see him like climbing out of the passenger side because he couldn't open the door because the ATM machine was blocking his door. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is this guy doing? And I see him going into his trunk, and he looks like a little irate, you know? And I'm like, is this guy about to pull out like a fucking AK-47 or something? You know, who knows? We're in Chicago, you never know. And he pulls out, he's got a bat, and he's walking towards me fast. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill this fucking guy. Like, first of all, you better be like a serious, like, you better know how to use this bat correctly. Because even if you like hit me with it and I block it, I'm gonna fucking kill you, you know? Like, you better hit me right in my head with it, knock me unconscious, because I don't care if you have a baseball bat. If you have a gun or a knife, it's different, obviously.
Different story. Different story.
You know? But a weapon like this, I don't care who you are, I'm gonna tackle you or beat your ass. So, but you know, I'm with my parents. They're in their 60s. I'm with my cousin and her husband, who is actually does martial arts also. He's no pussy and he's no slouch. Um, so I'm like, I get really upset, and I'm like, is this fucking guy joking me? Because first of all, you asshole, you're trying to fucking cause attention with this bumper sticker. You're gonna tell me no one else was taking a picture of your bumper sticker? Like I'm
Why
the
do you
first guy.
why do you get that bumper sticker if you don't want people thinking it's funny? Like,
Exactly.
what's the point of getting
So
that bumper sticker?
he's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, are you fucking joking me? So I fucking grab him. And then my cousin grabs him, or my cousin's husband. And, you know, people are like, oh, it took two guys to take that guy down. I mean, people are so ridiculous. They think like fighting in the street is like clear cut. My cousin's pulling him one way. I'm pulling him the other way. I'm like, Ken, let's just take him down. And then that's when we take him down, and he's holding onto the bat for dear life. Like, this is a grown man. His adrenaline's going. He's holding onto the bat like, you know, I can't just take it from him. So I like step on his neck and rip the bat out of his hands. And he actually fell asleep for a second. If you listen, I don't know if you can hear in the video, but he starts snoring for like a brief moment. He starts making like a snoring sound because I'm stepping on his neck really hard while he's holding on and I'm ripping the bat out of his hand. And he's like, what did he say? He was like, oh, I didn't swing at you. And I'm like, bro, you walked over to me with a baseball bat, like as if you were going to kill me or something. And I'm with my 60-year-old parents. I'm going to defend us. I don't know how I restrained myself because I have a bad temper normally. It's been way more controlled in the last couple of years. But I guess I just didn't want to beat his face in. And then, you know, we're on vacation. If I really hurt someone, now I have to call the police because I can't just leave the scene and then hopefully get away with it, you know. So we didn't hurt him and we just let him go. But I thought it was funny.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have every day since that video's appeared, and I've noticed it. I go back and rewatch the very end where he says, "Can I please have my bat back?" Because that is the funniest fucking thing. He's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to beat the shit out of you. Can I have the bat back?"
Yeah, so I could swing at you now. I was like, are you fucking joking me? And then like we had his hat and we threw his hat at him. And he just walked away. And it was like, I was like, I should keep this bat as like a souvenir. But we walked like a couple blocks and I threw it in a garbage pail.
Oh, that was my next question: is if you still had the bat, because that bat would be. Then you'd have to take it all the way back from Chicago to New York, in Florida.
I'm gonna be hanging on my fucking wall.
Yeah, well, it would be kind of funny. It would always go back like that's. I took this guy down. He had a bat trying to beat me and my family, and he has the audacity to ask for his bat back like nothing happened.
Yeah, I've been in a lot of altercations on the street. You know, I grew up in Queens, New York. This was just everyday life for us as, you know, younger guys, like in the street. And I've also put myself in a lot of situations where, you know, that kind of stuff happens. But this one was just like, it was a funny situation, you know?
It is wild. It is wild. I cannot believe that. It is a completely crazy situation. So going to that, why were you on vacation 2 weeks before a fight? Just out of curiosity.
Dude, that video was from 2019.
That was from 2019?
Yeah.
How many fight videos do you have on your phone? Like just saved up?
Man, I got all sorts of shit. Some of it I can't really release because it's like I'll probably go to jail. But I just decided to post it. Like, all right, fuck it. You know, people don't care. You know, I post all this inspirational shit about addiction and this and mental health, and you know, I'll get like 12 likes. But I post, man, the fight video that I posted a couple weeks ago got like 1.5 million views on my page. That's what the masses want to see is violence and blood and guts and crazy stupid shit. They don't care about oh, let me help you stop being a junkie. They don't care about that. So it's
It's
like,
kind of crazy when you think about it. Like the stuff that's actually like better for the world, like no one really wants to look at. But then you see like the shitty part of the world, and you see like the things you don't see that you really don't want to see, and it just gets people just like to see chaos. I guess it's just it's just
yeah,
kind of human nature.
everyone's mentally ill, and we're all, everyone's staring at social media. It just rots our brains. And this is what people want to see, man. They want to see big asses, fake lips, big titties, violence, people smoking weed, doing drugs, people getting killed. That's the kind of shit that people tune into, man. It's like watching a movie. Like you don't want to watch a boring movie. You want to watch a movie where like people are getting extorted and drug dealing, and I get it. I'm the same. I like watching. My favorite show is like The Sopranos. I want to watch like Tony like kill someone or like extort like some guy. That's the shit I want to watch. I want to watch like Frank Lucas like sell heroin. uh, that's just the way we are as humans, man.
It's just
But
human nature. It's like at the end of the day, it kind of goes back to like when we were like cavemen, and like all we think about is just like the basic things like violence and all that. It's just the most primal thing. That's why
yeah, and
fighting
that's
is so
why
much fun to watch. And for you, it's like the adrenaline rush you get from knocking someone out and beating somebody. Like that's a primal thing you can't get from anything else.
no. It's the most. It's the most like what makes me feel the most present. Like when I'm in a fight or if I'm in the cage fighting, like I'm not like thinking about, oh shit, I gotta pay like this bill. Like how am I gonna do this, or like, oh, I'm thinking about this or that. Like the only thing I'm thinking about is the fucking fight in front of me.
Yeah.
So it's like it keeps me, makes me feel alive and it makes me present. So, and you can only get it for 15 minutes at a time unless you're fighting a title fight. So like, I think that's why we like, some of us want that constantly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Real quick, going back to The Sopranos real quick, because I'm also a massive Sopranos guy. Did you like the movie? Did you like the prequel?
Uh, so it was definitely anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Uh, but like, if you're like a real fan, then like the little nuances you pick up on, you're like, oh shit, I know
Yeah.
exactly what. And then you like made the connection. You're like, oh, so it was, for me, I enjoyed it. Anticlimactic. I thought it was going to be more violent, but they're making it seem like there's going to be another one. The way they ended it, and I know Michael Gandolfini, my best friend Sergio, who actually took his life like a year and a half ago, was James Gandolfini's personal assistant for 10 years.
Really?
So I met Michael like a couple times through Sergio. And then I spoke to him after Sergio had died. So it was really cool for me to see Michael in a movie. He was I met him when he was like a child. A couple of years ago, he was like a kid. Now he's what, like 20 or something, or 21, or I don't know how old he is, but I met him, I think, when he was like 13 or 14 for the first time. And to see him in a movie was really cool. And then he was in The Offer. Have you seen that new show, The Offer?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It's about the making of the Godfather and how like Frank Sinatra tried to have the Godfather shut down, and it was all this mob shit, and people were getting killed over the Godfather, the movie, the making of the movie. I had no idea until I saw the show, and he was in the show, Michael, and he played a really good role. It was only like a short,
Like a short series, like a 4-episode kind of thing.
it's like 9 episodes or something, and it seems
Okay.
like there's going to be another season. Great show, bro.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing show.
I'll check it out. I love mobs. I love mob movies, TV shows, things like that.
It's my jam.
It's my thing. I mean, it's like I feel like that's part of it because like you're how Italian are you like percentage wise?
Say it again.
How Italian? You're Italian, right? Like I'm
My
not
mother's
fucking
Sicilian, so
okay. I was
my father's English. My father's an English Jew, and his parents were from London, and my mother's 100% Sicilian.
okay. So you're 50%. Like if you go by like that basic math, I'm
Yeah,
25%. So I think I have that a little part of that Italian part of me because my family was also from
bro.
Sicily. So
That
it's like
little
another thing where I have that little. It's that little.
mini, yeah.
The what?
Little guinea in you.
Yeah, exactly. It's that little bit. It comes out. It's like, I don't know. It's heritage. I don't know. But so real quick, who is also going back to Sopranos? By the way, sorry for the loss of your friend. I know you've talked about it before, and I know it's you've seen a lot of shit and been through a lot of shit. And actually, real quick, I want to ask one thing about the addiction while we're kind of just real quick. What is your trigger? Because I know it's different for everyone else. Like, what's the trigger that every now and then you'll have it and you have to like fight it? Because I know for everyone it's a little bit different.
Now I wouldn't say I have triggers that like, I don't like nothing like, it's not like small things. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go get high. Like,
Yeah.
I got to really be down on myself, and I have to really have been complacent for like a while, like not doing any work to like stay mentally fit for me to like be like, yo, I'm fucking miserable. Like, and think like, oh, maybe like getting high is like not a bad idea. Lately, it's been my wife. Like, if we argue and like she's like, I'm like, fuck, I should, or like, fighting fucking depresses the fuck out of me. Losing fucking sucks. Um, and then
So after
I get back.
so after the Davy Grant fight, probably had a little bit of
No, you mean the Grant Dawson?
Grant
Fight?
Dawson shit. Yeah, sorry. I always get those
That one didn't
confused.
actually upset me that much
Really?
because I mean I was pissed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was on a winning streak and then I lost, and it was the first time I've ever been submitted out of all my amateur or professional fights. I've never been out grappled, but I made mistakes, mental mistakes that I have worked on. Like I know what I did wrong. I knew before I fought that fight that I shouldn't do certain things, and I did it. And I made mistakes. I rushed it, and it caused it caused me to lose. Um, but it's like fights in the past that really upset me more so. And then the fucking fans are fucking ruthless, dude. You fucking suck. Da 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 da. And it's like, go fuck yourself.
I could kick your ass if I wanted to. If I saw you face to face, you
Yeah.
wouldn't say it. You wouldn't beat me in a fight. It's just
Like now, like when I get depressed, I don't even really think about getting high. Like I haven't been depressed in a little bit, but when I do, I'm like, I don't care about getting high. I'd rather just fucking kill myself. That's where I'm at now. Like getting high is not an option for me. Like when I'm pissed, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking just blow my fucking head off. Um, I've tried taking my life in the past. Like I tried overdosing and dying. I just never would die. I would overdose and then I would like wake up in the hospital. Um, but I'm past that, man. I'm in a new level right now. Um, and it's going to show in my fight on August 20th.
let's talk
And,
about it. Let's talk
yeah.
about the fight, man. I mean, it's not your first fight in front of fans since 2020 or 2019 in Brazil. Unfortunately, lost to the current champion, arguably maybe the top three fighter in the entire UFC. So that's something to bat an eye against. And you're fighting a Leonardo Santos. It's gonna be a fun matchup. I think it's like the styles too. Like it's gonna be an extremely fun fight.
Yeah, I think, it's just, I wanted more. He's older. I'm not like banking on his age.
No, you can't do that.
He does slow down a lot. I don't slow down. I'm in the best form I've ever been in mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. And I have goals and aspirations that I will reach. And I'm going to I've leveled up in the gym big time. I'm training with some of the best guys on the planet daily. And I just know it's my time, right now. And like, in the UFC, all it takes is one fight to, you're back in the mix,
One knockout, one finish, one
after I
win.
win this fight, I would have won 4 out of my last 5. I got a new contract coming off a loss. My last fight, they gave me a new contract. So, which tells me that they like me. And I know I have a long future ahead of me in the UFC. So August 20th, I'm fucking coming, man. I feel great, and I'm ready. I'm not underestimating. He's dangerous. He's beat some really good guys, but I just think I just think I'm ahead of the curve right now, and this is his decline. I have never been better than I am right now, and I'm in my prime. So
It feels like I mean, I don't want to say it's a setup fight. We don't want to look past the guy. I mean, it's on a pay-per-view.
no.
Yeah, we don't do that. We don't want to look past. Don't ever want to
I
look
will
past.
never underestimate anyone
Never.
because people have underestimated me, and
Fucked him up.
I've proven them wrong. And I know he's dangerous. He comes from a tough camp, Nueva Now, or where, however you pronounce it, with Jose Aldo.
Yeah.
I fought his teammate, Hakron Diaz, my second UFC fight. So I've been cornered against from the same team before. And they're tough motherfuckers. They're in Rio de Janeiro training the fucking jiu-jitsu, the Muay Thai. Like, it's no joke,
It is.
But I know I'm fucking ready to go, and I have nothing to lose, bro. I got nothing to fucking. I don't need to win a fucking another UFC fight in my life, and I'll still be fucking happy, and I'm still gonna live on, and I'm gonna have a great life. So I don't give a fuck anymore. I really don't. I'm fucking over fucking trying to please fans, and this is for the people that I fight for. It's not about me anymore. It's to help other people and to be the face of addiction and mental health. If fucking Floyd Mayweather, or Jake Paul, or fucking Logan, I just spoke about this. I just did an interview right before you guys. If Conor McGregor, if they were preaching about fucking mental health, how many fucking people would they reach? Millions. But you got fucking Conor on a fucking speedboat, in a Lamborghini speedboat, showing off his watch, or you got all these guys. I can't blame them. Thank you to those guys, because they changed the game for us. And they're making more possibilities happen, more opportunities, more money, there's more reach. There's different avenues to go now. You got a bunch of UFC fights. You can go do this, you can go do that. People respect your name. You've been around, you have experience. So it's great. But I know I'm not here for myself. I'm not here for the benefit of Jared. I'm trying to fucking help people. And I feel like sometimes I sound like a broken record talking about addiction and mental health, but I know, bro, I fucking hear every day, this guy died, this kid died. My friend just told me, my friend from high school, his son just died at a party, 16 years old, from a fentanyl overdose. Never did opiates in his life. Tried fentanyl, dead. Fuck. I just help someone who's a big fighter. I'm not going to say who the person is. Get into treatment. You would never think this fucking major drug addict. So I'm sick of being selfish. That's all I ever did. I took. I fucking stole. I robbed. I hurt people physically, mentally, for the better of Jared. It was all about Jared. Fuck you, pay me. Like fucking the Goodfellas. Fuck you, pay me. Fuck you, pay me. That was Jared for years. Now I'm all right. You slap my cheek on this side. All right, slap me on this side too. And here's $100 while you're at it. I'm done, bro. I don't care anymore.
It's kind of like I know one of the guys too. Like you've been called out by him before, and it's someone who everyone keeps calling out is Patty Pimblett, and he's someone who came out and used his platform for something like this, for addiction, for people who are wanting to kill themselves and things like that. It is a serious issue, and it is good to see them use that platform to help people like that, because I see, again, it's something a lot of people see and they don't want to talk about, and a lot of the people who suffer from these things are a lot of people you just don't see it. You don't know it's there. They're just kind of battling through it by themselves, and that's the bad part. They think they're by themselves when really everyone wants to help them.
Yeah. And I thank Patty for that, man, because
do you still want to fight
him? What? He has that attitude, that charismatic, that United Kingdom sound. He talks a lot, but he does have a great message.
Do you still want to fight him?
His last fight, he was crying on TV, the kid. He lost his friend. And I commend him for that,
It's tough to it's really tough to cry on camera because the worst part about it too is usually the internet ruthless will go after you for it and try to be like a lot of like you'll have the dipshits will be like, oh, it's fake, it's staged. That was real. That was real.
Oh no, that was real.
That was real. There you can
Unless,
tell when it's unauthentic.
yeah, yeah. You know what, man? You got all these people on the internet. They're all mentally ill too, and they're talking shit about people because they just want to feel better. You know, they're insecure themselves, and that's why when people talk shit to me on the internet, I just say, "No problem, man. I hope you have a great day." God, what kills them is I say, "God loves you. I hope you have a great day." And then they DM me, "Hey, man, I was just joking." They say the nastiest things to me, and then I'll say, "Hey, man, God loves you. I really hope you have a great day. And I'm sorry you feel this way. Hopefully, one day, whatever." And then they'll DM me, "Man, I was just joking." And I'm like, "It's all good, bro. I know that you were just talking shit. It's not really a big deal, you know." And they're like, "No, seriously though." And then and then they friend request me and I'm like, "Yeah, fucking idiots."
Fake. It's all fake. They try to shit talk you guys for likes, for all that other kind of stuff. And then if they don't get likes or they get called out, like, oh no, I didn't mean it. I was just joking. It's fake.
And I'm so sick of social media. I won't look at social media before 12 p.m. I just won't do
I
it.
wish my job wasn't running a social media account because I fucking
I
hate it.
just fucking won't do it, bro.
I
I will
hate it.
not look at Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or fucking TikTok or fucking Pinterest. I don't even know what that is, Pinterest. But
It sucks.
I will not look at it before 12 p.m. because I'll just start comparing myself to other people. I'll say my fucking life sucks. Why does this guy have that and I don't? Meanwhile, it's all fake. And it just rots my fucking brain, which is already rotten. So
Yeah,
it's the
it's
last thing I need.
yeah,
More rot in my brain.
yeah, I don't want to rot it anymore. Don't want to rot it anymore. Yeah, it's like that's the worst thing about social media, man. I remember the worst part for me is when I graduated from college, I tried to delete all my social media, thinking I was never going to need to use it ever again. Like I never wanted to be on camera. I never want to do any of this shit. I kind of just fell into it. Then I had to like restart from scratch. And it's just one of those things where I can remember why I hated it so much. It's just bullshit, and it's all like you never see the negatives for anyone, so you never really see what like people actually go through on a day-to-day basis. You just see all the positives. You never see the negatives. It's just all positive, 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 positive. So it makes you feel like shit. It makes you feel like, oh, I'm a terrible person.
I mean, yeah, it's like the devil of 2022.
Yeah,
You know, it's the way that like the evil is working now is through technology. Yeah, fuck it.
it's crazy. It's crazy. So I have a real quick. Let's have some fun real quick. So I know you live with Bilal Muhammad, and I'm just kind of curious. When you moved in Bilal Muhammad, is that when you decided to finally shave the hair off?
Wait, did you say I live with Bilal Muhammad?
Didn't you used to be roommates with Bilal
We
Muhammad?
used to, yeah. That was like 3 years. I haven't lived with him for like 3 years though.
Well, that actually lines up perfectly with when you shaved your head.
I shaved my head because I was fucking losing my hair. When I was living with him, I had hair, and then I shaved it off like towards the end. Like it looks like I have a full head of hair. People always ask me like, "Yo, why do you shave your head?" And I'm like, "Well, because if I grow it in like back here and on the."
Yeah, it doesn't look good on the cameras on UFC when they zoom in. Like right now, it looks like you could grow it out, which is actually kind of perfect. She's like, oh no, I shave it I do it because I want to.
That's why I shave it because it looks better because it's too thin, bro. On top.
Yeah, yeah, it's
But
tough. It's a tough. That had to be hard to accept though. Hard to
no,
accept.
no, it really wasn't. I was like, well, I'm a man. I'm getting older, and fuck it. I'll just have a. I used to shave my head as a kid. Like I had my hair. I always did like a zero or like a low, low, low fade.
Oh, okay,
Anyways, so this isn't like anything new for me. I don't fucking. What do I need hair for?
you don't. You really
Got
don't.
enough
Actually,
fade.
you can get it pulled on when you're in fight and shit. Like you don't even have to worry about that stuff and
Yeah.
anything stupid or dirty like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just clean
I got
shaven.
enough hair on my beard, anyways. So
Yeah, yeah. Little chin protector.
there you go.
Have you know? This is gonna be so stupid. Do you notice? Do punches feel a little softer with the beard with a little chin protector?
I don't know, dude. Maybe it slides easier, If it gets like greasy from Vaseline,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
This
I
is
hope,
another.
I hope it works.
I hope it works too. Well, I really hope it works. Well, here's another really dumb one because sometimes like I don't have a beard. It's just like scruff. Every now and then I have like my sweatshirt has like this metal beads for like the strings, and every now and then it'll get caught in the strings. How many times does that happen to you like per day?
It's happened to me quite a few times.
That's gotta be the worst. It's the
Yeah.
worst. It's the worst because it's just the most annoying fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. It happens when you're a man, right?
Yeah, it happens when you. It happens when after puberty. So real quick, this is another thing I found that was interesting was when you went to Abu Dhabi to fight. It was like your girlfriend got COVID, and you found out for about 24 hours you thought you had COVID and exposed the entire UFC plane. How
Yeah.
miserable were those 24 hours where you thought I might have just fucked up the UFC for 2 weeks?
I was like, huh, figures. It was figures, it's me. Um, it was a funny situation, man, how that happened. Um, John Anik also had a false positive,
Really?
and we were texting each other. And he was like, yo, I heard you also tested positive. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you too? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, thank God.
So you didn't think it was just
They
you?
used me on the show as the fucking scapegoat. Um, but I knew I was negative because I was by myself for like 3 weeks because my wife had gotten COVID. She had a miscarriage from COVID. She made me leave, and I was by myself literally for like 2-3 weeks at an apartment she owns. Luckily, it was furnished.
Yeah.
Um, and I wasn't around anyone. I would go to the gas station or I'd go to the supermarket, but like I was staying clear of everyone. I wasn't in the gym. I was just working out by myself. And then I was getting tested like I was getting tested every other day before I went to Vegas. Because they made us quarantine in Vegas first also. So I flew to Vegas. They test me negative. Okay, great. Then they tested us when we landed in Abu Dhabi. And I get a call. I'm sleeping. I get a call from a Houston, Texas number. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I answer, it's Mick Maynard. And he's like, hey, mate. You know, he's from Australia. And I'm like, yo, what's up, Mick? And he's like, I got bad news, mate. You've tested positive. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? How? It's impossible. I feel great. I'm not sick. Well, they're going to come to the room and test you again. So they came into the room with hazmat suits on. So unnecessary, dude. For fucking. They tested me, and they're like, you got to wait in your room till the results come back in 12 hours. I'm like, oh. So I'm sitting there like, holy shit, dude. I'm the only person here tested positive. And then I started talking to John. He's like, me too, me too. And then I fall asleep again. I wake up the next day. I still haven't got the phone call yet. I get a call from Mick. Hey, what's up? You're negative. I'm like, oh, thank God. And he's like, but they got to come test you again, and you got to stay in your room another 12 hours because you need 2 negatives for them to clear you. All right. Test me again. I wait 12 hours. I'm negative. And then they make a whole show about it. Fucking A. But it was cool, man. I went over there with no corners. I went there by myself. And I fought Patty Pimblett's teammate.
You were a man on a mission. You were like a lone wolf out there. And then you had like other guys come and help you, right? You had other like Eric.
And I had Felder help me. I've been friends with Felder for years.
Yeah.
So he cornered me. Eric Nixick from Extreme Couture and Gary Tonin, who I trained with for years, happened to be there cornering Ryan Benoit. So I was like, yo, you want to help me? He was like, all right. We went out there and I had a terrible fight. I felt terrible. I wasn't training with my team. I was just training by myself for weeks. So I crushed them, but it was still not a great performance. But I got the job done. So
at the end of the day, that's all that matters is that you got the job done. At the end of the day,
yeah, man, that's it. Yeah.
That's all that matters. I feel like when they told you to, and there's like, you only have to be in your room for another 12 hours. That was probably a lot better than hearing you're going to be in there for 14 days.
It was crazy too. It was like when I first got there, there was like a whole thing of cookies in my room, and it said like "Welcome to Fight Island." There was like macaroons and shit, and like every time they brought us, because they were bringing our meals to the rooms, we weren't allowed. No one was allowed to leave the rooms until you tested negative. They were bringing us like lunch and dinner and breakfast, and every time they brought a meal, they were bringing croissants and fucking cookies and all this crazy shit. I'm like, why are they giving this to us? We're all cutting weight. So when I found out I tested positive, I ate like 5 croissants. I was like, fuck this shit, bro. I'm fucking out here and on the other side of the world. I got COVID. Are they gonna like kill me here? Like, are they gonna like throw me in the oven? Like, am I ever gonna go home? So I just started eating croissants and shit. And then they were like, yo, you're negative. I'm like, oh,
Fuck.
I gained like 4 pounds in a day.
Oh no.
Still made weight, but it was rough.
Professional.
It was very weird. I was there for like 10 days. The whole thing took like 10 days or something like that. 8 days. I don't remember how long we were gone for. Between Vegas and Abu Dhabi, I think I was there for like 7, 8 days. So the whole trip was so exhausting and, just anxiety ridden. But I got through it. I've been through worse, so it wasn't.
Yeah, kind of happened through worse. One more question before we dive on into my intern, and it's this really basic question. You're not going to say you're going to lose. You're not going to say by decision, but how are you going to beat Leonardo Santos at UFC 277 or 278? Sorry.
I think I'm just going to make him wilt. Get the job done. I hate like making calls, but I'm going to win.
I mean, that's all you have to say. I had someone say, "Is like I'm gonna beat them mentally, physically, in something else." I was like, "Oh, that's a great answer. That's such a good answer because you can apply that to everything."
For sure.
Yeah. All right. So as I said, my intern here hasn't said a word. I know you're questioning why he was here. So this is a game we have. Yes, 5 questions. It's kind of like a leveling up kind of thing. So if this is a little bit different than anything you've done before. So if you like the question, you answer it. Then we move on to the next one. But if you don't like one of his questions, you can tell him you don't like his question, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Make sense?
All right. Let's go.
All right, let's get on into it. So first question in the gauntlet. Being from New York, you got some of the best food options in the world. But if you had to stop eating either New York bagels or New York pizza forever, which one would you pick?
I'd probably stop eating New York bagels. How the hell?
I mean, yeah, New York pizza.
It's impossible.
That crust, the cheese, the sauce. It's just.
I think there's a bigger difference between like a mid bagel and a mid pizza to like good pizza and a good bagel. Like there's a bigger difference between mid pizza and good pizza.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely. And like if you find that good shop in New York, you're going there for the rest of your life. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Yeah. So question number 2. If you, last question on New York for me here. If you could make any area of the city just for locals and no tourists were allowed there, which area of the city would you pick?
Of Manhattan itself, or like I'm from Queens, but you want me to talk about Manhattan?
Oh, just like wherever you
any
think
part
would be
of
like
New York.
the best spot for
any part
no
of New
tourists
York.
to be allowed.
I would say Astoria,
any part
Queens,
of New
where
York.
I'm from, because they came in and ruined it, bro.
Yeah.
All the fucking hipsters and the liberals, they ruined the whole entire New York. But I lived in Astoria, so I would have to say Astoria. They ruined it, dude. These fucking people.
Gentrification is a
But Astoria was like all
half.
white people too, but all these other white people came and they just think it's their city now, and it's like, go fuck yourself, you fucking idiots.
Classic New York. I love it. We've got a classic New Yorker.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So question number 3. Now that you're in Florida, have you ever been in a situation where you've ran into a real and true Florida man, like the headlines say? And if so, what was the scenario there?
Like a direct one-on-one? No. I've seen a lot of weird shit happen. Like a lot of like I've seen some real redneck shit down here. But I haven't had this real situation where
yeah.
like I had to like fend off like some like guy trying to eat my face or like you hear so many fucking weird things down here. uh,
You got some guy trying to like walk an alligator
yeah,
down to the 7-Eleven to get
yeah.
himself like
There's
5
so
packs
much
of
weird
cigs or
stuff
something.
here, man. It's like I've seen a guy like driving a scooter, and he's got like a humongous like parrot on his shoulder. Yesterday, I saw two guys in
What the
suits
hell?
on a scooter and like right up on each other, and I'm like, what the fuck is so weird? Like, two old men on a scooter together. I'm like, really weird, really weird. I'm like, what is this? Are these people doing?
It's
Strange.
especially it's like why would you like also being in a full suit on a scooter in Florida? Gotta be swamp ass
Oh,
all over the
Yeah.
place.
I'm sweating right now. I'm in my air conditioning.
That's gotta be. You gotta see the dumbest stuff, and
Yeah,
it's gotta be wild. Florida's like another
yeah,
country
we're in
in
another
and of
like.
itself. It's
It must be like the zone that we're in America, just like
Group
mid
text
century.
going off.
Dude, I don't know what my fucking stupid brother is. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
it's all
You're
good.
doing fine. Yeah, Florida's crazy. All right, let's move
Yeah.
on to number 4. Let's move on to number 4
Move
so we
on.
can get to his group text.
Number 4 here. Yeah, getting a little bit weird here. So, if you had to pick a squad of Jareds to help you out fight the most evil Jared of all time, Jared from Subway, which Jareds are you taking?
Jared the jeweler. Me, obviously.
Nah, given.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're the captain of
Jared.
the squad.
Who is it? I'm thinking. I don't even. What other Jareds are there?
You can Jared Cannonier. We'll throw him in there. Use the
Jared Leto. Yeah,
Cannonier.
Jared Can. Oh yeah, right. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
That's a good
Oh
one.
yeah.
And then there's Jared Gooden, right?
Yeah.
He's a UFC fighter, or he was a UFC fighter. I mean, I guess
That's all you
and
need. To be fair, you only really need
That's-
you.
I mean,
To be fair, you
that's
only
all
need
you
one
need.
to beat the shit out of that
Jared
guy.
the jeweler could like front us the cash that we need.
Yeah.
But it would just be way more satisfying with a whole squad of them beating the absolute living hell
Good
out of this
question.
guy. So, yeah. And so, last one here. Of all the people you fought in your UFC career, who's had the worst hygiene?
Oh. You know what? In the UFC, I haven't heard any. I haven't nothing too bad in the UFC, but I remember fighting one kid before UFC. I'm like friends with him now, but he fucking stunk, dude. I don't want to say who it was. I remember like clinched, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? That's when we showered. You're fighting like someone tonight, aren't you?
I feel like
But
I think that could be like a mental game. I've always kind of felt like if you like if you're going against a wrestler, like I would purposely try to smell as bad as fucking possible.
I heard I forget who it was. Barnett, I think.
Yeah, it was Barnett said Villanueva smelled so good. Or not Villanueva, fucking oh my god, who the fuck was it? I'm forgetting
So
his
good
name.
or so bad?
Who did he who was a spinning kick on? I'm forgetting his name and I feel like a dickhead. New York legend.
He threw a spinning kick and knocked someone out.
Barnett threw a spinning kick. I'm gonna look this up because I don't want to feel. I feel like a jerk not knowing his name. I feel like such a jerk.
That he would, or someone in that generation wouldn't shower for like a week before they fought.
Oh, you're talking about a different Barnett. I was thinking of Beast Boy Barnett, not.
Oh no, I'm thinking
Josh. You're thinking Josh Barnett. Yeah, I bet those guys. Yeah, definitely smelled like shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Chris Barnett, Huggy Bear.
Mental
he
games.
said that. He said that John Vellante. That's what I was thinking of. Apparently, he smelled really good. That's what he said. So, yeah.
Smelled good.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah, that's a little the opposite, but like the opposite. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. That is what it is. All right, man. That's the gauntlet. Those are the 5 questions. Appreciate you coming on. We already got the prediction. We got everything we got. So if you want to thank any sponsors, any shout outs or anything like that, here's your opportunity to do so.
No, not really.
All right, that's fair. All right, man. Appreciate you coming on. Good luck next Saturday.
All right, have a good one.
All right. A lot of fun talking to our man Jared. Still can't pick up the vibes. I think he liked us. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
I
so.
think so.
I don't know. We took up a little bit more of his time as he expected. He did go through a couple interviews. He went through an interview before us, as you heard. So I don't know. Maybe he was just running on fumes, which is to be expected. We've talked to a couple dudes who are. We got them at the end of their little interview cycle, and sometimes they can be energetic, sometimes they won't be energetic. Or you get like Gerald Mearstar, who wakes up from his nap and then comes and hangs out with us. So let's go and dive into our bonuses just real quick. This is the last time ever that we're going to be really quick with our UFC breakdowns and previews and all that kind of shit. We have someone who just accepted the job. We'll be announcing that later this week, probably tomorrow or something. But let's go and dive into our bonuses. Nate Landwehr against Coherent Thoughts is my fight of the night. Not only did he was trying to be, he's like a Nate Diaz, but like a Southern Nate Diaz. If you watch the fight, you know exactly what I'm talking about. From getting great position on Onama, just to letting him get back up and just waving to the crowd, to like with 5 seconds left, he could have finished the guy with ground and pound. Again, started waving to the crowd. He was a crowd pleaser, but that's not the fight of the night for him. For him, his Coherent Thoughts after his fight. I couldn't understand a word he said on the mic, which is consistent with he usually is after wins. He just kind of goes all over the place. He called that Billy Q, and then literally a second later, he's like, "Where's my wife? I want to find my fucking wife." Which is, again, that's also kind of what he usually does. But shout out Nate Landwehr, Coherent Thoughts. He did the same shit today on the Ariel Helwani show, where he tried to call out Shane Burgos immediately after he was on that show and said he's moving to PFL. So shout out Nate Landwehr. It's just his world. We're all living in it. And then moving on to my performance bonus, it goes to Fight IQ, and this goes to everyone. Fight IQ was at a very low minimum this weekend. For Nate, his Fight IQ wasn't low, yeah, but he's winning the fight, so it doesn't really matter. Lupi Godinez, one of the best wrestlers in the division, only took down Angela Hill twice, despite that being a massive grappling disadvantage. So that was stupid. She had a 0 IQ there. You got who else was there? I gotta look through the list. Hold on, pause, break, cut. Need to go back into pull it up just so I can remember, because like everyone fought like a fucking dipshit. Back into it. So after Loopy, our boy Devin, I don't know if it was just he couldn't find any openings to grapple, but I thought he had a massive grappling advantage. He didn't think he shot maybe once. Oh, that was a tough look. Who else is there as a fucking dipshit? And then Ode. Sorry, dude. That was I don't know what you were doing there. The one thing you can't do against Tyson Am is leave that chin wide open, even though you're being a little aggressive. Tyson's a little hesitant in his striking. Usually he's looking for that perfect kick. He's a little more low volume. That kind of tossed you. And then also shout out Jason Whitman. He loves throwing naked leg kicks. I love Jason. I wish he would chill with the naked leg kicks, and then he got slept. Also shout out Josh Quinlan for not following it up. That's a nice friend of the program bonus there. You know, our boy didn't get completely murdered in the octagon. So yeah. Fun weekend of cards. Let's go and dive into our winners and losers. Harrison, let's kick this thing off. What's your first winner?
My first winner, going back to my Philly ways, it's the Eagles, because breaking news, J.J. Ortega-Whiteside is finally gone. The long waking nightmare's over, and funnily enough, he's going to have to play with DK Metcalf every week in practice now. The man he was constantly being compared to while he was dropping passes left and right after Jalen Hurts or Carson Wentz or whoever the hell was putting them directly into his hands. So thank God, and the Eagles are a winner for absolutely getting rid of this dumbass. So
are you ready for this guy to become a Pro Bowler this year with Geno Smith as his quarterback?
Oh, I know it's going to happen too. Now everyone leaves Philadelphia and does well. So
yeah, except Carson Wentz.
We'll see. It's Carson Wentz. Yeah.
Except for Carson Wentz. Except for Carson Wentz.
He's the one.
He's the
one rare exception.
Yeah, he's the exception. He's the exception. Well, actually, that means Ben Simmons, all NBA player this year, right? Is that how this works?
I mean, yeah, we did talk about that theory that next year he's due for a title if the pattern continues, and whoever is supposed to win this year does win it. It's him next year who's due. So,
what if he gets traded to LA? Maybe that's how it happens. He gets traded to LA for Russ or something.
I could see it happening.
That's possible. I don't know if it can happen in Brooklyn, because Kevin Durant continues to be doing his thing. Which, speaking of Brooklyn,
yes,
that gives me my first winners this league. For the past week, I forget which day it happened. Obviously, you have the Durant news where he says, I want out still. Talk to Joe Tsai. He's like, I told you to bring in Steve Nash. I want you to fire him now. But that's not the reason this league is my winner for the week. It's because of Kyrie Irving. So if you didn't hear this, Kyrie, part of his negotiations with the Nets is he wanted to guarantee he literally was guaranteed less than playing 60 games. He literally wanted to guarantee he did not have to play more than 60 games. Not only that, he also wanted to guarantee he would never have to play a back-to-back. So, team player Kyrie Irving. What a guarantee you can get for a contract. I mean, we have the contract writing lately has just been crazy. You had the whole Kyler Murray thing where
Yeah.
you had that 4 hours of tape. You had the thing. You have this. Who was the other guy who had like a weird contract thing? Oh, you had Zion
Oh,
Williamson not being able to get too
yep.
thick.
You
Contracts
can't
really should be the winner here, not
stop
just
him from
this
eating.
league, but contracts. Yeah. Well, to be fair, New Orleans too. Great place.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, this league,
So
big
much food.
winner. NBA. We're in middle of August. There is nothing going on, but somehow the NBA is still it's competing with the NFL right now. So shout out this league.
Hey, one of the major perks of the NFL is that they always have something going on. The NBA should be at that level. So to always
it
have
is.
something going on,
It
to
is.
always have the
It's up
talking
there.
points going.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
Loser.
my first loser, referees. Because yesterday, I don't know if you caught it at all during the Chelsea-Tottenham match, but Anthony Taylor gave them all a bad name yesterday. He missed 2 blatant fouls that led to the goals for Tottenham. And even fans of other teams, not just Chelsea fans, were up in arms about it. Like, it was it's the integrity of the game that he basically spat on. One guy was literally ripped down by his hair from behind right before a goal was scored.
Is this the handshake
Anthony
game?
Taylor. Yes, it was the handshake game.
Oh my god, I've never laughed hard. I haven't laughed that hard in a while.
It was incredible. So much crap popped off yesterday in the game, but it was because the referee missed 2 of the most blatant fouls I think I've ever seen in soccer, which directly led to both of Tottenham's goals. I mean, without these fouls, the goals would not have happened. So, referees just screwing things up. I never want to see Anthony Taylor referee another Chelsea game. I'd never want to see it happen again.
Well, that's talking soccer. That's talking soccer.
That's
I will
talking
say,
soccer.
like, imagine. I don't know where these guys are in terms of like head coaching and whatever, but it's like imagine a guy like Bob Sala and Sean McDermott shaking hands after a game where, say, like Zach Wilson gets like drilled in the fucking head and they don't
Yeah.
call it, like a roughing the passer. Just imagine those two just shaking hands, extremely aggressive, and then like Bob Sala not letting go. I think that's the
Yeah.
closest competition.
It's
That's a comp I could think of. Maybe a Dan.
but
Dan
like
Campbell and
take
Bob
make it
Sala.
like maybe it was a rivalry game, so it'd be like Eagles Cowboys. If Nick Sirianni and
Mike
Mike
McCarthy's too
McCarthy.
much. I think the Bob Sala, Sean McDermott, because that's Jets Bills battle for New York.
That's that'd be better. That'd be better.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
there's like what I would say, like fucking Mike McCarthy would never do that.
No, Mike McCarthy's too
No.
laid back.
No, he would just like smash a watermelon after. That's all he would do.
Yeah. Or like blame his quarterback.
Yeah, Sirianni. Actually, no, I did love the
Yeah.
fire out of Sirianni after that laid on Jalen Hurts. I love seeing that energy.
Oh, he was yelling at Sailor. Sailor, what are you doing? What the fuck was that?
That guy's firing for his players. My first loser goes to Kelly Olynyk. I wanted to say this last week, and I couldn't figure out how to put it in my medals.
Yeah.
If you didn't see this, he was literally wearing a snapback for all of his wedding pictures. And not only that, he's also wearing Jordans, which is cool. That's fine.
That's fine, yeah.
But the snapback in the wedding pictures that's a bad look. As someone
from
who works
Alabama or something?
No, he's just I guess he's being a Cali bro. Regardless, so wearing a snapback with that lettuce. Ooh. Oh, let the hair flow.
Yeah, man.
But that's
at least wear a dad brim with it.
No, not even that. Just don't wear a hat, dude. That's like wear your Jordans, wear all that. I'm cool with that kind of stuff because like Jordans and basketball shoes are kind of like they're in with fashion and stuff.
And Jordans look good with like suits and stuff. Like I can see that.
No, snapbacks have never been a part of. Well, they have been a part of fashion, but not like that kind of fashion. So anyway, Harrison, let's go on your winners. Your last winner.
Yeah, my last winner goes to Midwest bars. Because I just had like my first real experience with a Jersey bar being back home and being 21 plus now, and it took me 45 minutes to get a drink. I was just like in shock because out in the Midwest I'm used to maybe 15-minute wait tops. Like I've never had anything that bad in Indiana or even in Nashville. It took me 15 minutes tops to get a beer, but like, oh my god, it was 45 minutes. We were just sitting there. Not even getting looked at.
I was in New York City. It didn't take me that long either. Maybe it's just a part. Maybe it's just a bar you went to. It just sucked.
It might have just been the bar, but I mean, there aren't like bars upon bars in the area. That's like the main one. So, 45 minutes.
40. That's how long you waited. 45 minutes. I would have
45 minutes.
I would have left.
I mean, there was no one really to leave too.
Oh,
that's the thing. Yeah.
Let's go to a nice Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah. Oh, B-dubs.
B-dubs. Ooh.
B-dubs at 11 p.m.
Oh,
Doesn't hit
yeah.
harder.
Nothing hits harder. Nothing hits harder than a Bud
Nothing
Light.
hits harder.
Crisp Bud Light from a
Mm,
Buffalo Wild Wings. Nothing better. I'm going to my winner. My winner goes to women. Women win this week. They've been losers on the show multiple times. We're going to ignore the fact that Brittany Griner is still in Russia. But women win because Deshaun Watson looked like absolute shit on Friday. I know it's preseason.
good. Still good.
But still, he looked really bad. It was one of the obviously there were people who dropped. He had a couple good throws, but he just looks bad. And even I've seen practice videos of him looking not that great. I think this is really going to look. He's probably going to get suspended for the year, and that's going to be almost 1,000 days without a real football game. This is really going to backfire on the Browns, and I think women everywhere deserve a fat W. I watched a WNBA yesterday. I'm going to say nothing bad about it. Only nice things.
Yes, sir. Only nice
It's entertaining.
things.
There are entertaining aspects of WNBA basketball. There, I said something nice.
It's basketball.
It's basketball. I love betting.
Watching basketball is always basketball.
Some girls are really good at shooting. I will say I have a couple darlings in there that I like watching shoot the basketball. But anyway, women win because Deshaun Watson looks like shit. And shout out everyone who doesn't like the Browns because Baker actually looked really good. He looked really good.
Baker.
There's obviously you have the haters. You have the haters as a Baker Mayfield truther. I saw the haters showing the one video where he threw the ball. The guy didn't come back on a route. That was supposed to be a comeback route. That's just communication errors. Get out of here with that bullshit. It happened to Peyton Manning. Happens to everyone. Get the fuck out of here with this Baker slander. Baker's lock of the week. Blur that. Bleep that. But lock of the week.
Censoring it, but it's that word of the week. The L word of the week.
Fucking one. The Panthers are going to beat the fucking piss out of the Browns. I don't know what else. Nothing can tell me otherwise. There's nothing. I've said it before. There's nothing more motivated. Baker Mayfield could go knock out Francis Ngannou. He could go he'll take him down to the ground and beat the shit out of him. That is the Baker Mayfield we are going to see on week 1. And it's a bad day to be a Browns fan because he's going to make them all realize, okay, we lost our star quarterback who's raped 25 women. And he's gone for a year. And this guy who we got rid of because he got hurt and would be pissed off, just beat the shit out of us. So he's not the best quarterback in this division. I will say this because Jameis Winston, MVP.
Jameis Winston.
MVP. J-Bo. But it's a bad day to be a Browns fan. Harrison,
Browns fans, they're going to be sadly watching those State Farm commercials on the car ride home.
The Progressive.
Tears. Yeah, the Progressive, not State Farm. They're going to tears flowing down their cheeks. But my last loser, Fernando Tatis. Ooh. Man, what the hell was that excuse? I would much rather own up to using PEDs than admit that I had ringworm as a grown-ass adult. Like, come off it. That is ridiculous. It was so funny. I was scrolling through my feed and I was like, oh shit. He tested positive for PEDs. Because he was taking medicine for ringworm? Oh, what kind of excuse is that? It's just absurd.
I will say the statement the Padres put out was bad. They were like, we put trust in this guy. Instantly betrays us again from the motorcycle accident where he just wasn't wearing any equipment to now getting suspended for PEDs.
Yeah.
They went all in to win now in like 2 years because they're not going to re-sign Juan Soto. I think most of the MLB knows that. Like he's gonna go to the Dodgers. So I don't know. They now literally only have 1 year to make this thing work, and after giving up so many prospects, that sucks. That sucks to be a Padres fan because I remember when the Padres were bad for like a decade. They were terrible.
At least.
They were terrible.
At least.
They were terrible. Which I can't say
for
much.
most of my lifetime, they've been terrible.
Yeah, they've been really bad. I love that they have like the best announcer in baseball. That guy's awesome. That guy makes every game electric.
He's so electric.
That guy's the man. But yeah, that sucks for the Padres. They're a fun team. Machado. You still have Machado, Tatis. Sorry, not Tatis. Yeah, Machado, Soto. They still got Abrams, right? Or they trade Abrams. So they traded. No,
they traded.
I don't remember. They gave. Regardless, they still have a good team. Well, they still have their starting pitching's good. They got Josh Hader, who's a pretty good closer. So they're still good. But yeah, they got Clevenger, but they're not going to beat the Dodgers. So it's like that's kind of where I have to wait.
Yeah, no.
If they had Tatis, it'd be another story. But not having Tatis or the Mets, the Mets would beat them too. Mets are really good right now too. They got Danny fucking Burgers. So
the NL is just good. Like You need all of your star pieces in to really have a shot in this NL. Without Tatis, you're screwed. Like the
And I also
Braves
think
can run you over.
don't you dare get this in your head, but when the Phillies get Bryce Harper
No,
back, Phillies are going to be just as
no,
dangerous too. Like the Phillies are just as good.
it's a scary prospect that we're playing this well without Bryce Harper. I'm not getting my hopes up because I've let the Phillies get my hopes up in the past, only to have them completely
But
destroyed.
you also have the
But
Dodgers and the
the
Mets.
Dodgers are the Dodgers are the Dodgers. Giants are still good, right? Like it's a big the NL's just stacked.
I will say,
And you got
is AL Mickey
the
Mouse?
Cards.
Are the Yankees
Low
having the
key.
best record in baseball? Kind of Mickey Mouse. I mean, you look at the AL Central, terrible. Like the Twins,
Yeah,
like they have their moments. Like all those teams in the Central are so inconsistent. The White Sox probably should win that division, but they've been so
they
inconsistent
should.
because they have Tony La Russa. They have a handicap of having Tony La Russa, so that automatically puts them back like 10 games. And then
Yeah, there are. Let's see here in the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
you can barely be the teams in the wild card
10.
are barely above 500. Like the fact that the Orioles are
Yeah,
now like in the wild card, like that should tell you how bad the AL is because they are very far back. I'm not trying to say that as a bad thing for the Orioles, like, but they also like the Blue Jays have
yeah.
underperformed this year. It's just a lot of underperforming
So
teams in the AL.
out of the top 10 in the MLB standings, 7 of those 10s are in the NL. The AL only hold 3 of those spots, and they're Houston, New York, and Toronto.
Mm,
Like it's insane. The
no,
difference between the leagues is staggering.
no. Why did I write the WNBA as honorary losers? I don't know. Why did I
Uh,
write that? I don't know.
Maybe that was carryover.
It should be carryover. I'm being nice today to women's
Yeah.
sports. Women's MMA was great this weekend. I mean, catch a beating, beat the shit
Hey.
out of Lipsky, so that was fun. But anyway, that's talking baseball. I mean, we're getting close to the playoffs, so I mean there will be a little more baseball. But
Yeah, yeah.
my loser
This is
goes
the
to
best time of year
Domino's.
for baseball.
Uh,
Dominoes.
Domino's is my loser. First off, this is not why they're losers, but I mean they don't have Papa Diaz. Like, let's just get that across. But the main reason why Domino's is a big loser, they opened up a chain in Italy, and it took about a month, and they got kicked out. If you're getting kicked out of the pizza capital of the world as a pizza chain,
Nice.
that's a tough scene.
Nice.
That's a tough scene. If you're getting kicked out of the pizza capital of the world and you're getting kicked out pretty quickly, that's tough. That's a tough look. That's a
Yeah,
tough
that's
scene.
brutal.
Yeah, that's real brutal.
You,
So,
you
oh.
they got a taste of that late night 1 a.m. pizza. They're like, what the hell is this shit? Let's get that fresh stuff. I'd much rather have that. Get
I
this
will say
American
this.
crap out
I
of
will
here.
say this about Domino's. I do like their garlic crust. Their like garlic butter is like
Oh, the garlic crust slaps.
it's
Like
so good. It's so but the toppings and everything else they have is terrible. But you give me that crust. Mm,
mix that crust with like the Papa John's, everything else. You got yourself a banging pizza right there.
you got a good pizza chain right there. They should just become
Yeah.
Papa Domino's. There you go.
Papa
Papa John's
Dom.
already out of the game. Already out of the game. You can rebrand and
Yeah.
oh,
In fact, rebranding might help you guys out a bit more,
yeah.
after the whole 40 pizzas in 30 days thing. We're
That was
idea men here.
that was pretty bitching. Let's not lie.
That was hilarious.
That was pretty bitching.
The time of reckoning will come. I
Man,
can't believe he said that.
I miss the proud Santa Claus, Indiana zone, Papa John.
He's from Santa Claus, Indiana. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's from Indiana. He's from Indiana. So is Jay Cutler. So Indiana's
That makes
finest.
sense.
Indiana. Oh, hey, Indiana's finest.
No, that's just a good thing. I know so many people from Indiana who are like Jay Cutler, and it's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Hell yeah.
we're all very similar. All right, that's what we got for the show. Next week, I mean Friday, we got a very fun show. We got Bubba Jenkins on the show, PFL's finest. Very actually awesome, funny ass interview. He's the man. And then next week we got a lot of fun. We're got some NFL stuff next week with UFC taking a week off. Very fun interviews for you guys coming with that. So we'll see you guys on Friday. See you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around with me all the way to the end. I just want to once again thank the sponsor of the show, Living.fit. If you're looking to better yourself, make sure you go to download the app or visit the website Living.fit today.